So for a little while, I have been on a bit of a Tetris quest to try and find the first ever Tetris. Now, at this point, I have found absolutely loads of them. All of these are the first ones here. And if you're not entirely sure what the difference is between the first one and the second one, I have actually made a full video, so I would advise checking that out. But I guess I'll quickly run through the differences right now. The main one being the audio instead of the famous it's been replaced with this. But actually that one came first. So the famous soundtrack that we all know and love was after the fact, and the first one is actually this. Now, how do you tell that it's a first one unless you plug it in and listen to the audio? Well, there's a few different telltale signs on the sticker, which I'll put up on the screen right now. Basically, some very, very small changes. Now, one of the most noteworthy changes, again, is something that you discover when you turn the Game Boy on. There's a very small screen with some licensing on it, and on that screen is the word bulletproof. Now, it just flies by. You pretty much miss it. But on that screen is the word bulletproof. Now, in the earlier versions, there isn't a dash between the word bullet and proof, and then later on, that was added in. Now, so many people are probably thinking this is the most insane thing I've ever heard, but I'll tell you this now. The difference between a standard one of these and an actual minuet copy, which is the official name for it, is about $50. I have a few of them here. Some of them got a little bit destroyed in a freak accident involving some petrol fumes. The backs just sort of like bubbled up slightly. For the most part, the bubbles seem to have all gone away, which is nice. But the games are one thing. We've got a few of these. They're not impossible to find. You can spot them once you know what you're looking for on the labels. The harder thing to locate are boxed variants. Now, not all of these are minuet copies. I'm going to show you a few now. So these are the smaller versions. These are the more sort of commonly known Japanese Game Boy size boxes. But then there are these. Now, I have actually showcased some of these before, and at some point I'd like to do a bit more of an in-depth video on them. It's absolutely ginormous, the reason being it comes with a link cable, and that's basically the only difference. Except all of the ones, as far as I know, all of the Tetris copies that are in these boxes are minuet versions. I've not actually checked my one to see if it is, so we can quickly do that. So there's the link cable, and then the game just sits in there. If we have a quick look at the sticker, yes, so this one is the minuet copy. The spire of the tower there is between the two L's. So there we have it. This one's a minuet copy. It's in absolutely lovely condition, which is very, very nice. So as far as I know, every single Game Boy game that comes in these big boxes are minuet versions of the game. Now, that might be wrong, but that is just the word on the street. And I have a few of them here. That is the story of the Tetris big box. But what about the smaller boxes? Because there are some smaller boxes that are going to be the minuet version, and then there are going to be others that aren't. Now, I have quite a few of them here. Now, one thing just to mention, on the back of this box, it actually says bullet-proof, which is going to go against what I said earlier about the fact that we associate the minuet copies with the licensing of bulletproof not having the dash between the two. But the boxes were pretty much all printed with bulletproof, with the exception of a very, very small amount. Now, they are the ultimate rarest copy of Tetris to buy, and I have been on the search for one for years. So just to clarify, there was actually an overlapping period where the game inside the box was a minuet copy, so when you turn it on, it doesn't have the dash between bullet and proof, and it has the older soundtrack, and it also has the sticker with the variation there on the spire, although I have, in a really messy, convoluted way, also been told that there are some examples where the spire is actually in the correct location, but it also has the minuet soundtrack on it. And one other thing I should also add is there's a small number on the stickers of Game Boy games. And if they don't have a letter next to it, then you've got a minuet copy. I think the most common one is 23, and then on the copies that are not the minuet versions, it will have like an A. So let's take a look at this one. This has bullet dash proof on the box, and then when we take a look at the game inside, this one's got a little plastic bag, which is quite nice. And this one doesn't have bubbling on the back of the case, which is also quite nice. So yeah, this one is a minuet copy as well. It says 09 on the bottom here on the sticker. So no number, and it says 09 on the sticker. And the spire is between the two L's on all. So let's just summarize quickly where we are. There's two different copies of Tetris. We know that there are two different boxes. We've got these smaller ones. We've also got a bigger one. And just to add some more confusion into the mix, there were more boxes that had a different sort of licensing section on the back as well. You can see that it differentiates ever so slightly, but all of them have bullet dash proof on the back. So, what is the rarest copy of Tetris that you can buy? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's this one. And I think you know where I'm getting at with all of this. This does not have the dash between bullet and proof. Just to remind you, you can see right there the differences. So this one, and it even has the same serial number as well, and it's all the same artwork on the front. There is literally no other change to the entire box, other than the fact that it doesn't have a hyphen between bullet and proof. I finally have one. I finally have one. That is just made my day. Okay, let's actually check the contents though and see what's going on. So, I wonder on the manual if there's any reference to bulletproof. Oh my goodness me. On the back of the manual, it actually says bulletproof and it doesn't have a hyphen. So you know what that means we need to do. Wait a minute. Well, that one's completely different. But is this the... Wait, what? That one is completely different. Let's have a look in this one. Wait, okay. Let's ignore this one. I'm not sure why that one is so differently laid out. But yeah, you can see here... On the one that we've just opened, which doesn't have bullet dash proof on the box, it also doesn't have bullet dash proof in the manual. So you can see the differences there. Bullet dash proof up there and bullet proof down there. So not only is the box different, but so is the manual inside the box. That has to be just the most amazing find of all time. I am so pleased with that. And then here's the game as well. Let's take a little look at that. So this one is labeled number 20. I'm not sure if I've seen a 20 before. Let me have a quick look through here. 09, that one's missing. This one is 23. This one's 23. And that one is 09. And then this one is 23 as well. So yeah, I wonder if 20 then is an indicator that it came in that different box with that different manual. So yeah, that's in absolutely lovely condition, and there's all the different signs that we've spoken about earlier. Let's see, actually, this one is 23 as well. So let's quickly plug this in, and we'll give the soundtrack a little listen. And there we have it. The different soundtrack. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is a complete mess of a video, but I hope you have followed along as much as you could. I guess one thing that we could also do in the name of science whilst we're here is actually have a quick look at the manual in the bigger box Tetris and see if it doesn't have a hyphen. Look at that! No hyphen between bulletproof in the manual of the big box Tetris. I mean, this is interesting. I don't know. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's just such a irrelevant thing, but I find it absolutely fascinating. So that right there is the video. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope some of it made sense. It's a bit of a mess to have tried to have done live without a script. I should have probably done this in a different format, but it's the second channel and we do whatever the hell we want. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.